Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Class 11th Physics. Class 11th Physics. Our topic is projectile motion. Important topic, projectile motion. What is a projectile? An object thrown with some initial velocity and then allowed to move. An object thrown with some initial velocity and allowed to move under the influence of gravity of an earth, and the influence of the gravity of an earth alone is called a projectile. And the motion of the and such a motion and such a motion of the object is called projectile motion. An object thrown with some initial velocity and is allowed to move under the influence of gravity of an earth alone is called a projectile. And such a motion of the object is called a projectile motion. And the path traced by the object, the path taken or traced by the object is called trajectory. It's called a trajectory. Okay. An object thrown with some initial velocity and is allowed to move under the influence of gravity of an earth alone is called a projectile. And such a motion of the object is called the projectile motion. The path so traced by the object is called trajectory. Let me show it like this. Let us take it as out. Let us throw an object like this. It is origin. We are throwing like this. It may fall freely out there. We are throwing an object. Sometimes it remains here again, and it takes like we are throwing an object. For example, e.g., a bomb is thrown through aeroplane, bullet from the gun, or a fielder in the field of cricket throws a ball like this. He throws a ball that formed a path like this. This motion so formed is projectile, and this path like this path is parabolic. This is called trajectory. This graph of a projectile form is called trajectory. Here only one force affects on this, that is gravitational force of the earth, G, that tends to that is attracting this very object, the moving object, or this projectile. This object we call a projectile, and such a motion is called a projectile motion. this G, there is an influence of G. This G always tries to make the rest, to make rest, ताकि ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट में आ जाए. आखिरकार ये ऑब्जेक्ट कहीं ना कहीं रेस्ट में आ ही जाता है. Okay. When we throw a object within some initial velocity, if we have a more initial velocity, it may cover a more this horizontal distance. This distance is called a horizontal distance, and this maximum distance is called a vertical distance. If we throw a ball with more velocity, it may cover more horizontal distance as well as more vertical distance, vertical as well as horizontal distance. If its velocity is, if its initial velocity is low, it may cover small horizontal distance as well as vertical distance. Okay. But there is only influence of this gravitational force of the Earth. And what the object is called? Projectile. And what this motion is called? Projectile motion. What this graph is called? Trajectory. While moving this projectile motion, to study the motion of a projectile, we assume that there is no frictional resistance due to air. We assume that no frictional resistance of air. We assume it. There is no frictional resistance of air. Air could not resist it. Air could not stop it. Number second, the effect due to the curvature of Earth is negligible. We know that the Earth is like a spherical, or we can say it is elliptical. It is an ओके, इट मूव्स इन एन इलिप्टिकल ऑर्बिट. हम उर्दू में कहा करते थे ज़मीन की बैज़वी शक्ल, ये अंडे की इमारत है, बैज़वी शक्ल होती है. ओके, तो वो उसका अपना जो कर्वेचर होता है, लेट अस टेक इट इज़ आवर अर्थ, जो उसका अपना ये कर्वेचर होता है, लेकिन इट इज़ नॉट, वी आर टेकिंग दिस अर्थ इज व्हाइल डिस्कसिंग दिस प्रोजेक्ट, वी आर कंसिडरिंग द अर्थ इज just like a flat. So we are ignoring this curvature. This curvature. We are ignoring the curvature of the Earth because when the aeroplane is bombed somewhere, they do take consider into the curvature of the Earth. They are gaining their target smoothly. So that means there is the effect due to the curvature of Earth is negligible. The effect due to the curvature is negligible. We are assuming these. We are assuming no frictional resistance of air. There would be a friction of air, but that is a negligible. Similarly, the effect due to the curvature of Earth is negligible. We are assuming these. And number third, these 3 points we have to assume while discussing this projectile motion. Number third, the effect of gravity, acceleration due to gravity, G. The effect of gravity, G, is same all over this projectile motion, all over the projectile motion. That means, I can, for example, let us show it with the help of a graph. We know that it is our y-axis, we know that it is our x-axis, we know it is a trajectory of a projectile. Let a body is moving with an initial velocity. We can take its initial velocity. We know that it is its horizontal distance from O to, we can take x, and we know it is vertical distance, we are always doing it is y-axis. Okay. The during the motion, the air does not show any resistance, and the effect of gravity g. What is the value of g here? The value of g would be here same, value of g would be here same, value of g would be here same. That is 9.8 meter per second square. That means it does not change from place to place. Okay. Also, we are neglecting the curvature of the effect of curvature of the earth. Earth is not like this planet. We are seeing it is in planet, but earth is in a earth have its own curvature. Let us discuss the equation of trajectory in our next topic. Thanks. Equation of trajectory of a projectile in our next topic, inshallah.